get out here in the spring weather to get things going?
Spring weather is terrible right now. That's what it is.
From a
But
West Coast guy, right?
yeah, but it's fun, man. It's just fun learning your new teammates, learning how to just adapt to what we overcome right now, and it's gonna be fun the rest of the spring, and we're gonna have fun all spring. So yeah.
I wonder if you could walk through the process when you first heard Coach Smith might be involved in the Michigan State job to getting here and following.
The process, when I heard it, I mean, I asked him about it. He talked about it. He couldn't say too much. I understand, but the process of me actually getting here, it was a very easy decision for me. It was my coach. I committed to Oregon State as a program at first, and then throughout the entire freshman year, I had conversations with Coach Smith the whole time, and we just got closer bond, and he was my coach, so that's why I followed him here.
One of the things Keith said is the development of relationships. How does he do that? How did the coaches develop that relationship with you from recruiting to now?
He treats everybody the same. Everybody's a player, and everybody's also a person, though. We're not just players to him. And that's what I like the most. Like, I could talk to him about anything, and it takes a little time to build up, to talking to him about anything, but you can talk to him about anything. So.
How did that work last year for you, Aidan, when you do get was every third series that you played in the game?
Yes, sir.
Did you go into fall camp thinking like you were going to get something like that, or did it kind of happen with how you played in practice and they present this to you, you're like, okay, obviously you're down for that, or just how did that plan come into being?
I want to say before or in the middle of fall camp, I was told that I wasn't going to redshirt. So I knew that's what was going to happen, but I didn't know how that was going to look. So the first 4 games I didn't play. I played a little bit, and I played like a half against UC Davis because we were blowing them out. But the Utah game, he told me, I want to say in the middle of the week, he was like, we're going to put you in the third drive and just let you play and see how it goes. So, all right. And then every week after that, he kept it going. So it was really just us talking and communicating about it. That's really it.
Were you surprised at all by, I guess, how quickly you were able to get into that mix? I mean, DJ was a very veteran dude in front of you, obviously. Just what do you think about how quickly you were able to sort of get to that spot that you were at?
I didn't plan on coming in the red shirt. That was my thing. But at the same time, I was a little okay, this is really happening, that's really what it was.
How do you think that, looking back, how important was that to get live game reps and early in games where things were still up for grabs?
For sure, it was very important. I'm glad I did it, but I'm also glad that I didn't start as a true freshman, simply because if I didn't have DJ there, the growing pains would have been way worse than what they were. And now, me adapting to what I had to adapt to, I'm glad I had DJ there leading me and guiding me so that I could be ready for this right now on this stage. So.
How did you feel the game slow down? I mean, that's always something you hear about guys when they do get kind of their baptism.
I feel like the game was already slow enough for me. I mean, I played against one of the best defenses in the pack every day in practice, so the game was it was pretty slow to me. But at the same time, certain games it was different. Like the UW game, the Utah game, that was my first game in. Utah game was first game in, and I was nervous. I'm sorry, I was real nervous, and that's just what it was. And that was a faster game for me, faster paced game. But other games started to slow down, and it just felt good.
Does that help now? I mean, like Coach talked about the confidence level of saying it'd be an upset if you were not the starting quarterback. I guess how much does that bolster your confidence, both him saying that and the experience you already have?
I don't really think about it too much. I came here to compete, came here to play football, and I came to play on the biggest stage. So at the end of the day, I'm just here. It is what it is, So yeah.
It's a lot different now with you being a year in. You're the guy that people are coming to ask questions. Well, I mean, you really reflect on that. Last year I was learning this like they are, and now they're picking my brain about it.
Yeah, last year, I still had people talking to me and everything, but it's real different this year. I try to stay away from y'all now because it's weird. But it's cool. I mean, the people really want to know what you think and how the process is. And it's just nice knowing that y'all really care,
Do you feel like the support, it's a program that's coming off 2 straight losing seasons, offensive struggles and all that, and new coach, new quarterback, do you feel like the positive vibes that you brought to you guys that are kind of going on right now with the program?
I feel it. Yeah, these guys wouldn't have stayed if they didn't feel it. So I'm happy with the guys we have, and I think we're gonna do big things this upcoming fall. So, yeah.
What's the difference between being a freshman backup with kind of like a set role to taking the next step as a starter? If that's assuming that's it.
I mean, At the end of the day, it's really no difference. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still here to play football. I was playing football last year, and I'm playing football now. It's not too much. It's football, man. Just have fun with it.
Is there any different pressure that you feel?
I mean, I don't feel it. I felt it last year for no reason, like at all. Last year, I was just in a slump during fall camp just because I was like trying to keep a job that I didn't have, you know. But this year, it's real different. Like I learned how to manage that. And, I mean, I obviously there's pressure. I mean, I know there's pressure, but at the same time, I've learned how to deal with that and get over it and just, you know, play my game, play and lose.
How about the way that the fan base, I mean, kind of embraced you from the moment that your name was first mentioned as potentially coming? I mean, that obviously, there's expectations that come with that, I would imagine.
It's cool. I mean, I don't dwell too much on it simply because, like, at the end of the day, fans are fans, you know. They're not playing the game with you. It's all about these guys in the locker room right now and those 11 that's on the field with you when you're playing. So I can't really talk too much about it.
I seem to recall them chanting your name at the basketball game.
Yeah.
You experienced that yet? Or did that happen on any of your visits to Oregon State at all? Or?
Nah, that was not. I don't like that. I mean, it's cool, but it wasn't in the right setting, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like if it was football, it's different. If he was playing, it's different. But it was a little weird, but it was cool. It was cool.
In terms of your teammates, you were talking about accepting you. I mean, we talked to some defensive players last time we had interviews, and they're raving about you as a person and stuff like that. I mean, have you tried to put yourself out there, kind of be friends with everybody? I mean, how have you approached that?
I take pride in knowing all my teammates' names and knowing who they are as people, you know. But at the same time, like, there's always some guys that you're not going to, like, always communicate with all the time. But I like to talk. Like, I took my O-line out for dinner a few times. Oh, no, one time, I'm sorry. Not a few times, not yet. But yeah, like, it's just really it's bonding, you know. We just have to bond. And it takes some time for sure. But it'll be all right. We'll get through it for sure, but we all good.
Where you guys go to dinner?
Capital Prime.
Okay.
I was say you probably fed them well.
Yeah.
When you talked about, like, you know, your freshman year feeling that pressure and you learned how to navigate it or manage it, who were some people that might have helped you, or what were some keys for you to be able to take that pressure off of yourself?
Well, I started talking to sports psychologists, and I also started talking to my parents more, you know, just trying to get their input. But I think really talking to Coach Smith through all of this really helped me a lot, simply because I wouldn't be here right now, like in Michigan right now, if it wasn't for Coach Smith and the conversations we had prior to this. So it really came down to those people, and I really appreciate them for that, because it was a big step coming here, you know. So yeah, I don't got too much to say to that, but yeah.
How has the transition been like for you? You know, different campus, probably bigger campus than Oregon State, different stage.
For sure, bigger campus. I got lost first day on campus, but it's been. I wouldn't say it's been too difficult. Somebody just asked me that. I don't know who it was.
Oh, sorry. I
No,
was
not here, not here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like in practice, somebody just asked me that. But it was it's not too difficult. The biggest thing is the cold.
It sucks.
The cold is terrible. Yeah, but
Warm winter.
what? Whoa. I
This is
mean,
about as good as it's going to be.
all right. Well, but that's really the biggest thing. And after that, I mean, football is gonna be football. It's a game. We all play it. We competitive. We do what we do because we love what we do. But it wasn't too much of a transition for real. It was just moving to a different state.
What are the areas of your game you identified? Like looking back, you got a lot of reps in games last year, a lot of practice reps, obviously. Now, as you take a step up into being the starter, what have you identified that you want to get sharper at, like here, and here?
Well, I don't know how it's going to look during fall camp, but my ability to have amnesia last year and compared to this year, I want to see the difference. I want to see the growth, and I also just want to see the maturity in myself, you know? Like last year, it was difficult for me to mature simply because I knew I didn't have that starting role. So I was trying to play the role of a backup. But at the same time, I wasn't doing everything I needed to do to be the backup. So if something did happen, I wouldn't have been prepared as I should have been. So I just want to see the maturity in myself and the growth.